Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 165th commencement ceremony at Tufts University. My name is Charles Inoue. I am the chair of the Department of International Literary and Cultural Studies and professor of Japanese. Today I'll be your host. The commencement ceremony for the Department of International Literary and Cultural Studies and the programs of International Literary and Visual Studies and Judaic Studies of the School of Arts and Sciences will now begin. Please silence your cell phones. For safety reasons, we ask that you keep your masks on and you remain socially distanced. Thanks for your cooperation. First, I have the great pleasure to introduce members of our department who are here this morning. If I could ask you to stand and be recognized. Professor of Japanese, Japanese Program Director, and Director of International Literary and Visual Studies, Hosea Hirata. Professor of Russian and the Russian Program Director, Vida Johnson. Distinguished Senior Lecturer and German Language Coordinator, Saskia Stossel. And finally, Distinguished Senior Lecturer and Chinese Language Coordinator, Mingquang Wang. Thank you. Each year, our department and programs give special awards to students who have distinguished themselves. We would like to take a moment to recognize and congratulate them. Those who are receiving the following awards, please rise as I call your name and remain standing, and we will applaud you at the very end. The Arabic Language, Culture, and Literature Prize is given to a senior who has demonstrated excellence in the studies of Arabic language, literature, and culture. Awardees are Mehir Katwani, Emily Mitrioni, and Isabel Rosenbaum. The Chinese Language and Literature Prize is given to a senior who has demonstrated excellence in the studies of Chinese language, literature, and culture. The awardee this year is Tiffany Wu. The Chinese Program Alumni Prize recognizes academic excellence and effort in Chinese language and culture. It is given to seniors who will use the fund to further their Chinese studies. Awardees this year are Brandon Brennan, Mitch Choi, and Jeremy Silverman. The International Literary and Visual Studies Prize is awarded annually to a senior who has demonstrated excellence in the study of literature, film, and visual media in an international context. The awardees this year are Rosa Stern-Pite, Elha Severa Carbonier. The William Howell Reed Prize in German is awarded to a student who demonstrates excellence and promise in German studies and those qualities of learning, discrimination, and taste that characterize Professor Reed's distinguished career at Tufts from 1905 until 1949. Awardees this year are Laurel Labelle and Emily Lazorchuk. The Robert Ashe Prize is given in honor of Bob Ashe and to a junior or senior studying German culture. This year, the prizes are awarded to Aidan Crosby and Temple Miller Hodgkin. The Russian Prize is awarded to students who have demonstrated excellence in the Russian language and in Russian-related studies. Awardees this year are Mishko Chumak and Shirsha Khan. The Pauline and Peter Kozachok Prize Fund is awarded to an outstanding undergraduate studying Russian language or Russian literature within the Russian program at Tufts University. Awardees are Paige Morse and Nadezhda Slater. Thank you. The Joseph and Sarah Stone Prize for Judaic Studies is given to students in Judaic Studies who demonstrate excellence in that field and whose concern for others reflects the enormous efforts of Joseph and Sarah Stone. Awardees are Dana Baxter and Joshua Shaked. Let's have a round of applause for all these winners. Thank you very much. It's great to see all of you. Congratulations. This is the part of the program where I give my speech. Because we have so few people, I was given an hour. But I will take fewer minutes than that. The end of one thing is the beginning of another. As you come to the end of your college years, you begin what has to be the hardest decade of anyone's life, the terrible 20s. I hate to say it, but the 20s are the worst 10 years of anyone's life. Why? Because you still don't know what you're doing, but people think you do. Before you is a decade of pretending, experimenting, failing, and finally putting yourself together by making it to your 30s. As a 20-something, you have to be on your own. You have to make decisions, pay rent, have a permanent girlfriend or boyfriend. 20-somethings are expected to be definitive and clear-minded, but all those distribution requirements you studied at Tufts just made you more confused about everything. Cogito ergo sum, E equals MC squared. An ancient pond, a frog jumps, the sound of water. Your mind is chock full of questions and all those stupid things your professors said that you can't get out of your mind. Thus I say to my students, temporary confusion is good. Permanent confusion is bad. Life is cruel if you're confused all the time. You can only play that I'm confused card once or twice in a lifetime. If you play both cards during your 20s, as you'll be tempted to do, you might not make it to your 30s, so hold off. The good news is that you've gotten pretty good at pretending to know what's up. People won't know how messed up you are if you act normal. After all, pretending to be good isn't that much different from being good. It might be as good as it gets. You know a few things, right? If you want to look smarter, you wear glasses. If you eat a hamburger, number one, while thinking of hamburger number two, you're going to need bypass surgery sooner than later. But don't worry, the first 20 years of your life has not been wasted. All those piles of somebody else's money you've been spending have not been used in vain. You've just had 4 remarkable years of learning. Time to think, time to live. It's been a remarkable privilege that most don't get. You've met some great people, you've eaten some good hamburgers or sushi or whatever it was that brought you to the peak, the apex, the height of your abilities and physical beauty. You will never have more energy than you do right now. You will never look better. But just remember, everybody is beautiful at 20. Thank you for laughing. How about 30 or 40 or 50 or 60? Will you still be beautiful then? I think you will. But only if by some stroke of luck, you stumble into the right room, or you find the right crowd, or you learn that you're really good at X when everybody tells you you're good at Y. Somehow you'll get to the end of your 20s, your dignity will be intact, and your moral compass will be still pointing the right direction. Once through your terrible 20s, life is a breeze. For one thing, you won't be so afraid of making mistakes because you've made so many of them. Everybody makes mistakes. You've learned the law of evanescence. Success is not permanent, neither is failure. As the Japanese say, life is full of sorrow. So everyone repeat after me. I suck. You suck. We all suck. Doesn't that make you feel better? By 30, you've learned a thing or two, having made up your mind to be X, and realizing that you can change your mind and be Y. And before you're 40 and standing tall. Now you're 50. You're high all the time on whatever you've discovered makes you happy. Your kids love you, your dog loves you. You've moved on from hamburgers to cheeseburgers. In your 60s, minor heart surgery. In your 70s, major heart surgery. But you're still going strong in your sclerotic glory. You started that business, you wrote that book, you raised that family, you accomplished great things because your Tufts education made you a person who was not afraid of taking chances, of failing, of starting over, of improving, of learning how to care about others. Now you're 80, and one quiet day, your arthritic fingers open the lid of a box you find in your closet. It's photos from your past. There's one of you from when you were 20-something on your faux commencement day. Saturday, April 17th, 2021 at 9 a.m. in the morning. There you are, unmasked. You look at that photo and say, my God, I was good looking. And maybe I was clueless, but you know, it was pretty great being a terrible 20-something. I made it. Wow, I've had some great hamburgers. Tufts graduates, we are proud of you. You are the unforgettable pandemic class of 2020-2021. You are the denizens of the mods, the sufferers of Q-tip up the nose every other day. You are the Zoomers, the socially distanced. You reek of hand sanitizer. May you be kind and compassionate and generous and lucky. May you call your parents often. May you keep in touch with your friends. And may you send an email to your professors every once in a while, telling them of your many victories and, yes, some of the things you did wrong. We welcome you to the end of one thing and the beginning of another. Congratulations. We shall now recognize the graduates for the first degree of Arts and Sciences. When I call your name, please rise, come up to the stage, take your moment. We're told that you can have many moments if you want, right there. The camera's over there. Walk across and up and out, and then eventually you'll come back in. We shall now recognize the graduates. When I call your name, blah, blah, blah. Members of the Board of Trustees, I have the honor to present to you these candidates on behalf of the faculty of the School of Arts and Sciences. I ask that the respective degrees now be conferred. Mishko Chumak. Nicholas Jay Gitter. Shirsha Ali Akbar Khan. Rachel Lebret. Dean Liu. Lily Rivana Pisano. Rosa Stern Pite. Selena M. Vidal. Is there anyone else in the room who needs to be acknowledged? We would like now to recognize candidates for degrees who are learning remotely or unable to attend today's ceremony in person, but are watching the proceedings remotely. They are Ryan P. Eggers, and Liesel L. Jenkins. Let's have a final round of applause for our class of 2021. And you know, it's usually customary for the graduates to acknowledge their professors. So do you want to do that? We would like to thank all those who have made this day possible. Thank you to the families for entrusting us with your loved ones for these few years. To the graduates, thanks for being a part of the Tufts family, and we hope that you will remain devoted jumbos for the rest of your lives. As the recessional music begins, we would like to ask the students to recess first, starting from the last row and working our way to the front of the auditorium. Faculty members will follow after the students. Please continue outside the building and remember to stay socially distanced even after you exit. Congratulations again to the pandemic class of 2021.